me? I need you, we need you, yeah. Lord, do you hear me? I need you, we need you, yeah. Lord, do you hear me? I need you. Oh Lord, we need you. Oh Lord, we need you. Oh Lord, do you hear me? I need you, we need you, yeah. Lord, do you hear me? I need you, we need you, yeah. Lord, do you hear me? Lord, do you hear me calling? Lord, we need you. Cause maybe it's alright. Maybe I'm asleep in my bed. But the reality is I'm missing the battle. I'm screaming, come But the reality is in the midst of the battle. I'm screaming, maybe it's all in my head. Maybe I'm asleep in my bed. But the reality is in the midst of the battle. I'm screaming, I'm screaming,
Imagine a world where children run free. Doesn't matter the skin tone, doesn't matter the pedigree. A black child in a white neighborhood, playing free, no police checking where they should be.
Let me tell you something. This is true. This is true. We got our hands up, they still gon' shoot. This is true. This is true. This is true. This is true. We got our hands up, they still gon' shoot.
Taught as a child the rules for how to be. One day we all will walk free. Pull over, step out of the car. Civil rights for one are not afforded to all.
This is true. We got our hands up, they still gon' shoot. We fight for justice and war, but we got pain in our heart. I got my hands up, but you can still tell they wanna spark. Young boys on the block, they tryna ruin our dreams. Another black king down, yellow tape on the scene. We grew up off nothing, we came up off hustling. Why they hate it when they see a black man doing something? We survived off nothing, all we knew was the struggle. Mama always told me, boy, you gotta get out and hustle. This is true, this is true, this is true. We got our hands up, they still gon' shoot. This is true, this is true, this is true, this is true. We got our hands up, they still gon' shoot.
Slavery abolished civil rights in '64. If we all were free, then what are we fighting for? A world without fear, a world without shame, a world where children don't avoid eye contact to avoid being blamed for a crime they didn't commit in a city they've never been to visit. But imagine this. Sirens roar, you trigger an alarm. Wide and far, people come to protect you from harm. Those who abuse power are now being watched. Now they know the fear. Within moments, they're caught.
This is true, this is true, this is true. We got our hands up, they still gon' shoot. This is true, this is true, this is true, this is true. We got our hands up, they still gon' shoot.
Hands up, don't shoot, God protect us now. And hate us cause they want us bowing down. No, we never bowing down. Just keep them hands up and stay prayed up. Faith in God, we yeah. United we stand, divided we fall. Late nights get put off, ain't got no one to call. Will my skin feel me now, do they care enough? Can't judge a book by its cover, but when it comes to us,
this is true, this is true, this is true. We got our hands up, they still gon' shoot. This is true, this is true, this is true, this is true. We got our hands up, they still gon' shoot.
Es verdad, hay gente que no quiere verme respirar. Es verdad, por ser de color me quiero fichar. Si nos unimos la cosa se va a acabar. Y si hablamos claro la cosa se va a arreglar. No nos vamos a dejar, no nos vamos a tolerar. Se acaba toda la injusticia. Yo quiero ser libre, yo quiero ser libre. Si somos de alto calibre, de toda bala que targets are endless. This where I draw the line. Being disrespected and harassed all the time. Can't even wear a hoodie when it's cold outside. Black and brown homies is what they wanna divide from the other side.
This is true. This is true. This is true. We got our hands up. They still gon' shoot. This is true. This is true. This is true. This is true. We got our hands up. They still gon' shoot.
Fear and paranoia no longer an excuse. Before they can act, we end the abuse. Until those with guns learn to act with grace, we watch their every move, we show up and we face the reality we live, the right to stop and search. But we change the game, strip their rights to hurt. Families torn apart at the seams. If one man falls, we lose an entire army.
They still gon' shoot. This is true. This is true. We got our hands up. They still gon' shoot. This is true. This is true. This is true. This is true. We got our hands up. They still gon' shoot.
Yeah. People say, yo, where you from, boy? New York? Jersey? No, you from Philly. Somewhere like that, right? They were like, where you from? Yo, I'm from VA. VA. Yeah, baby, I'm from VA. VA. You can't deny that two up, two down, two up, two down. Lyrics get up in ya. That's how we do in Virginia. I'm from VA. VA. Yeah, baby, I'm from VA. VA. You can't deny that two up, two down, two up, two down. Tidewater, Nova, 804. Lyrics get up in ya. That's how we do in Virginia. We push that hello weight and then we flip that mega tender. Oh, you ain't remember the ballin' agenda. Out of Tennessee, the Texas moving here, they reconsider. I customize that glass slip when you putting dogs in the wrong shoe. Coming for that queen comb, that's something that you want. Oh, you think you wrong, boom. I got a song for you, but I'm a finesse this VA and don't because we coming through. VA, VA, yeah, baby, I'm from VA. VA, you can't deny that two up, two down, two up, two down. Lyrics get up in ya. That's how we do it.
What's up, y'all? So, tonight we're gonna rock out a little bit different. So before we get started, I want to make sure that we cover this broadcast tonight. So just slight transparency, not too much, because prior to this, while I was sitting here letting the music play, I got a phone call and it was not a good phone call. And so tonight, and I'm gonna say this, sorry if anybody get offended, but this is my platform and I do what I want to do on my platform. So what's about to happen is, before we even get into the broadcast, I want everybody under the sound of my voice to quiet your hearts. I don't care how you do what you do. If you need to turn the lights off and meditate, whatever it is, but what I'm about to do publicly, we about to have a word of prayer, because it's so much going on in the world right now. And the reality is that people are dying by the second. And people aren't just dying by coronavirus. People are dying by suicide. People are dying of cancer. So let's just put everything down for just a second. And however you choose to do so, I'm going to pray to God, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost, because that's who I pray to. So if anybody know Lily Mae, y'all already know what time it is. So right now, we're going to take it there. And then we'll bring it back and I'll introduce my guest of the hour. So quiet your heart. So Father God, we come to you right now as humble as we know how, just thanking you for last night's lying down and this morning's rising. God, right now, I ask that you touched all the bereaved families in this world. But God, I ask a special blessing for the bereaved that are going through right now in this very moment, in this very second, the unexpectedly bereaved. And so, God, I ask that you touch this platform. God, I ask that you touch those that we love. God, I ask that you touch our friends. God, I even ask that you touch our enemies, God. May no hurt, harm, or danger come to them, and God, because at the end of it all, we already know that there is somebody bigger than us. There is a purpose outside of us. And so right now, as we prepare for this broadcast, God, we ask that you enter into this, that you bless it, and that you bless all of those under the sound of my voice and within eyes view. These are all of the things we ask in the precious name of your son, Jesus the Christ. Amen. All right, guys. I already told you. Y'all do what y'all can, but I'm going to do what I want. And what I want to do is make sure that I sleep at night, right? So let's get the rocking and rolling. I'm fortunate tonight. To be able to introduce someone to you and then reintroduce someone to you, because the man of the hour is someone that's very near and dear to me. And so we're going to talk about that in a little bit. But the first person that's coming up is Kai Williams. And she is a fiction author. Okay. She's also the founder and CEO of Bleeding Ink Creatives and Ocean View Promotions. And so she has a lot of years in the industry. And so what we want to do right now, we want to bring Kai out and just let her, with her beautiful smile, let us know what she has going on and what we can look forward to.
Hello.
Hey! How are you?
I'm well, and thank you for that moment of prayer. And no offense to anyone that has a problem with me saying that, but I thank you.
Absolutely.
Much needed. Much needed. I think a lot of us need it.
These are the times. That's it.
Yeah.
So, Kai, tell everybody who you are and how you got to be this fictional author.
Wow. So regarding Kai the author, I have been writing since forever. I would say about 2011, I was pushed to start sharing my writing, and I can thank my, what we call an Irish twin. I can thank my brother for that. That just means that we were born within a year of each other. So we are not literal twins, but that is what the term Irish twin means. But at the end of the day, writing has always been a passion of mine. And thanks to that encouragement, I was pushed to share it publicly. And it took me about a decade. But eventually, I finally published my first work of fiction, which is really what my goal was to do. And the title of that first book was I Am My Sister's Keeper. So that has garnished a lot of publicity and questions, and how do you feel, and what does that mean to you? So for me, that was a huge birth. It was almost like birthing a child to be able to bring that to fruition. As a professional, I have a background in education management. I've been a teacher. I've been a social worker, a caseworker, a grant writer. I've worked in management in different levels. I've done a lot over the years. And right now, I've just basically taken all of those skills, honed them, and I'm using them personally to pursue my own professional goals in both of my businesses. So I have Bleeding Ink Creatives, which I offer writing services, nonprofit program development. I offer grant services. I offer a plethora of services, mainly geared towards small businesses and nonprofits. As far as the grant services and program development, writing services is across the board. I can do editing, proofreading. I'm interested in helping people with publishing. So it just depends on what the person needs regarding writing services. And then the other part of the platform would be Ocean View Promotions, which is my baby that I get to promote small businesses, and I get to highlight independent authors and artists. And the purpose for that is that, honestly, the mainstream to me is easy. The hard part is really finding the gems in the community and being able to be a part of highlighting them and helping them get to the next level. And that's really where my heart is. So it's easy to be perfect and be out there and everybody loves you. I like dealing with the people that nobody really knows yet and that people want to learn more about. I want to be a part of that process. So that's kind of what
You
Ocean View
know what?
Promotions does for me.
That's why you're here, because everybody understands it's consulting time. It's all about honoring the vets. Because one of the things I realized is that the young cats, they forget who really paved the way for them.
Mm.
Like y'all didn't start this, and trust you're not gonna finish it. So I mean, I love it though, Kai. And it was so funny when I was reading your information. I was like, okay, so I don't feel so bad. Because I came from teaching the social work, the case management, the nonprofit, the government, and now behavioral health. Trust me. But that's when you open your consulting firm, when you have the credentialing to be able to do so. So I'm with it. I'm with it all the way. But
I
I
mean,
really want to focus on
it's not easy, but you have to stick with
it.
it. You have to stick with it. And
Absolutely.
you will always have the core of people that you may have served in your past that stick with you even though you leave a corporate industry. So there's still people in my life that I have served through the years that are there and I still get that joy of seeing them continue to grow.
Yes. Oh, I love it. I love it. And Kai, kudos to you. I love indie artists. I love the artists that everybody count out because they still have this drive and ambition. It's just like I don't care what they say. If you believe me, I can do it, and that's what it's about. So I love it. I love it.
You do
Let's
know
talk about.
you do know that that's the social worker in you though, right? That's why.
I know it's hard to turn work off. I tell people all the time from 7 to 4, I'm dealing with everything. Then I turn on CNN and I'm dealing with more mental illness. So it's like, then you go to the industry and you're dealing with more mental illness just all around us. But
Right.
nevertheless, I wouldn't take nothing for my journey now. I love it. I love it. I do indeed. So, um, but I want to focus in on the book.
Okay.
Tell us about this book. Yes, please, please. I need it. I need all of it. I need it. And I'm going to the website. I need it. I need it. Whew.
Okay, so I Am My Sister's Keeper. It is a work of fiction, but it was born from the idea that I personally don't have biological sisters. So for me, the premise is that love is a choice. So what I did was I incorporated 4 young ladies, where 2 of which are biological sisters, but the other 2 are sister friends in life. And the purpose was for me, it came from a place of understanding that although I did not personally have biological sisters, I was blessed with individuals that came into my life that are still here and have been here for years and genuine is the key word, genuinely
Mm,
want to see me grow. And they know me
yeah,
honestly like the back of their hand, and they push me out of my comfort zone. They constantly support me in ways that I tend to may want to stifle myself, which is important when you have people that you have surrounding you on a continuous basis. So for me, it was a work of
yeah.
fiction. It is a dramatic fiction. So there's a little bit of love, there's lies, there's murder, there's all kinds of spiciness in it. But the core
Oh,
is to understand who is there for you, not only when you're doing well, but when everything in the world is about to crumble. You want to know who's at your side, right there with you in the trenches. So
mm,
for me, that was really the core of why I wanted to put that together. And right now, I am getting ready to publish the sequel to I Am My Sister's Keeper. So it is a series. So book 2 in that series is entitled His Eyes Are Watching. So if you haven't read the first one, you might want to do that so that at the top of the year, you're ready for the sequel.
Kai, This is amazing. You know, and I just said this last night, and once again, this is how I know that everything is aligning.
Yes.
You spoke about having your own village of sisters, and I'm gonna say sisters and brothers because I'm fortunate to have sisters and
Mhm.
brothers
And I do
that
too.
once again
Yes.
blood are not blood though. They are blood.
Hmm.
I'm talking
That
about
I
sisters
do
and
too.
brothers that are blood.
I got you.
Yes, that I don't care what it is.
Mhm.
They ride for you, but they also don't mind checking you and letting you know when you need to draw back.
Exactly. Exactly. And
Kai,
it's important.
it, it is. And so, those of you out there listening, please understand, if you are not being uplifted, if you're not being checked, if you're not being feeling uncomfortable, and I'm not talking about comfortable, uncomfortable, because see, some of y'all put yourself in compromising positions and can't get mad when it don't work out. No, I'm talking about if you don't have friends that make you so uncomfortable that you have to change, you don't have real friends because real friends want to see you grow and they gonna pop you like that rubber band until you grow. But Kai, this is about you and I am my sister's keeper. So
But it's
with
true.
it, it is.
Mhm.
Now it's gonna be his eyes are watching, right?
Yes.
Can you tell us where the inspiration for that is coming from?
Well, it is a sequel, so I can't tell you too much without giving away the first one. But what
Oh
I
well,
can't,
look.
what I can't, what I can tell you is the continuation of sisterhood is still there. The characters are still there.
Okay.
What we learn in the sequel is Pandora's box has not completely been closed again. So some of
Mm,
the past issues have resurfaced, and it
mm,
is a result of his eyes watching. So
yeah.
the sisters have to come together and do some more dealing, so to speak. But it's interesting, I will say, to get to a place where you are comfortable enough to write freely and
Mm,
share, whether fiction or nonfiction, share your
mhm.
perspective of a storyline, because you have to understand, even if it's a screenplay, if it's a play, whatever it is, even if it is fiction, there is a premise of truth that somewhere came about at some point in time, whether it's your life or someone else's life or something you read.
Absolutely.
So with that being
Yeah.
said, it's basically like a continuation of real life circumstances.
Mm. Guys, if you're just tuning in, you are listening to the author, the entrepreneur, the CEO, the extravagant, esteemed Miss Kyle Williams. And not only is she a fictional author, but she also serves and supports small businesses, independent authors, and artists. And you know something, Kai? I think we need to shout out all the authors out there
I would
because
love to. I mean, I do it all the time, but I would
oh,
love to. I mean,
those are the creators that we really don't really think about and
mhm.
focus in on. So any authors out there, if y'all are watching now, please understand. When I say this is a virtual platform that serves to provide an outlet for all creatives,
Right.
please understand you're included.
I
You're
mean,
included. Oh,
I
yes.
think there's so many. Of course, I have my favorites, as you would have yours, and anybody would have theirs that are indie. But there are so many that are underrated and are underserved as far as exposure. Um,
Yes.
one of my
Mhm.
favorite authors is an indie author, and she's written maybe 10, 12 books. She's not famous in the way in which the world would think she is, but to me, the way that she writes, the way that she moves, the way that she tells her story, and really doesn't seem to care what other people think, and she's a part of the millennial generation, it is uplifting, and it is motivating for some of us who may be slightly removed from that experience of just being so open, to be encouraged to go ahead and try it and just share it and just do it, and whoever loves it loves it. That young lady's name, by the way, and I'm going to plug it, is Nicole Banks. and she is
And
on
Nicole, okay.
she is on Instagram. She's on Facebook. She has several amazing books. I mean, there's another young lady that writes poetry, Amanda Blair, Manissa Martin. There's so many people, even Brittany Miller. There's so many young ladies that are exceptional authors and writers,
Shout
but
out
they
to
just may not be
Brittany.
famous. You know what I mean? But if
You
you
are famous.
take the
And I think
time,
we need to redefine it. We got to
well,
redefine famous.
what that is.
Because,
You just got to
baby,
take the
you know,
time to look into
got
it.
the title don't mean you qualify.
I hear you. 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 Trust me, I do. But all that to say, there's so many. Celine Pendergrass, there's so many. Thalia Edwards. I mean, Thalia is probably one of my favorite spoken word artists. And she's actually, she's an interpreter. She owns her own business. But as a creative side of herself, she's an author. She's a spoken word artist. She has an EP out. I mean, there's so many amazing women that are doing so much creatively that it's just the exposure, you know, it's getting on platforms, it's
Absolutely.
being
Absolutely.
exposed.
Indeed. Indeed. So, Kai, first and foremost, before we close out and I ask you your last question, tell everybody where they can find you on social media and where they can get your books.
Well, you can follow me at Kai Author. It was Kai_author on Instagram to find out when the newest book will be available. And my link is in my bio, the oceanviewpromotions.com. If you visit oceanviewpromotion.com, you will be able to look at Bleeding Ink, Ocean View Promotions, and my author page all in one platform. On IG, I am oceanviewpromotions.com. I'm sorry, Ocean View Promotions, all one word. And I'm also Bleeding Ink _creatives, and then Kai_author. So those are all IG. And then, of course, the website is oceanviewpromotion.com. So you just find me anywhere.
And Kai, finally, what advice would you give to your younger self?
Care not what any other mere mortal thinks about you. Live your life. Make your dreams reality by doing, not speaking. And know that whomever is supposed to be a part of that journey will be there regardless. It is not to you to be concerned with what anybody else thinks of you. And I say that because that is probably one of the hardest lessons I had to learn. And I am so okay with telling that to the world. But I wish that anybody coming behind me or my younger self would have understood that none of that matters, because you do not do anything to keep me breathing. And that's what I care about. So don't worry about it. Do you.
Do you, boo? Kai, thank you. And that message is so powerful. I think it really resonates with a lot of people viewing. So we thank you. We salute you. And make sure you guys go follow. Let's run those numbers up and run those prints up. Buy those books.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kai.
Thank you.
Have a good evening, beautiful.
Thank you.
Guys, Kai Williams. And like I said, I love to bring on because it's different. And remember, creatives are creators of something. So if you create something, you're creative, and don't you forget it. Now, the man of the hour, right? All right. So I got to take it back a little bit because I will never forget when I met this gentleman. And I met him actually when I was on the radio. And at that time, I remember him he had an instrument. I want to say it was a guitar, but I don't think so. It might have been something else. I don't remember. But this soul singer is Oh gosh, a whole snack in these streets. That's all I'm gonna say. Like, let's bring him out so I can just like, what's up, Garnett?
What's going on? I'm so mad right now. My phone just died right before.
For real.
Oh man, I need to plug the phone up or something. Somebody go live and then say the video so I can have it. Like for real.
Oh my God.
Just happen right now. Hey, no, I'm my bad.
Can you tag yourself?
Huh?
Everything? Can you
Tag me in it on the caption before you go live though.
Okay.
Yeah, but save it before you
Look, that's how you know you
before
at home.
you end it. Hey, don't you know what I'm saying? Save it to your camera roll. All right.
This how you know you at home. You all the way at home.
Yeah.
Garnett, it's an honor and it's fun to have you here. I remember I met you on the radio. And to watch you grow has been fantabulous. So fantabulous. But Garnett, tell everybody who you are, and then let's really dive into the career of Garnett Boldin.
Well, Garnett Boldin, born and raised in Richmond, Virginia, came up on the north side, grew up in those apartments across from John Marshall. And I was over Newbridge stuff, of course, when we Peter Paul when I was young, you know, when I was born too, across from Fairfield Court. But my whole family is music. They always sung, you know, always had been in a choir, all that type of stuff. So I just was, you know, of course had to be around it because I was so young. But for me, it just sunk into me. It was something, you know, new and different for real. So that shaped who I was as far as doing music and having an open ear to different stuff.
Okay. Now, when you think about music and how it all started, because I know you got your start, like most of us did, singing that gospel music. And you know, there was a certain way you had to sing and you had to project. Then you play instruments. So at what point did you decide that you wanted to take this music thing seriously and just run with it?
That ain't happened until after high school, actually. I had a talent show where I actually went into it and sung music, Soul Child, Just Friends. And I was I remember I was too scared to do it by myself, even though I auditioned by myself and did good. I was still too scared to do it by myself, so I let somebody else come in on it. You know what I mean? But the reaction I got from the crowd that day definitely let me know that's where I wanted to be. Yeah.
Okay. Now, who have you performed for? Like, who have you opened for, or who have you performed with?
Joy B. Moore, definitely shout out to her. If anybody knows about Joy B. Moore, she definitely gave me a chance to get into the jazz festival way back when I was still grinding too on one of the main stages. Like I think it was the Verizon stage, and we happened to open up for I think it was Robin Thicke, I think at the time. And so I did Little Mo. We did SOBs in New York. Which we did. That was Michelle Lay, Rod Digger, Roxanne Shante. I opened up for Stokely from Mint Condition.
Hey, Stokely.
Yeah, you know, Stokely is a legend. You know what I mean?
He was so lit on Soul Train Awards. He was lit.
Hey, shout out to Woody with the Woody Foundation. You know what I mean? Putting me on with that as well as the Chrisette Michelle show when I opened up for her as well. So doing that, the Apollo, you know. So it's been a whole amazing journey with everything that's been going on for real. Whole amazing journey, like and I mean performing in Atlanta, you know, all types of stuff, man. We've been to New York a few times, even working with artists from overseas.
Absolutely. So Garnett, when you think about music, what does it really mean to you though? Like, what does music mean to you? Because you can perform all day, you can create all day, but what does it really mean to you?
To me, it means beyond what you're talking about, because a lot of people don't have their answer for that stuff. But for me, is peace of mind out of the insanity of the world. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people who what I definitely say about that is let's say we talking about somebody who's an alcoholic or a drug addict, like to the lowest end. A lot of people don't make it or stay in that position because they don't have nothing to hope for. You know what I mean? So when you got people, a lot of people are damaged who do music and stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, there's no way to even not see that. A lot of people are. So when you have something that's hopeful, you know what I mean, something that you're reaching for, it always keep you and pull you out of the dark spaces and stuff like that. So that's what I feel like music been for me. It's always a vocal point for me.
Indeed. Guys, if you're just checking in, I'm rocking out with Garnett Boldin, and if you don't know, he Virginia made. Yeah. You know,
indeed.
Virginia
From
breathe some awesome things, baby.
You know
Virginia breathe some awesome things. Some talented things. Yes. So tell us about what you're working on right now, what we can look forward to.
Okay, right now, as y'all know, well, just recently, y'all know that I did the Ode to Richmond, which I was doing, and I just want to let people know pretty much too that it was nothing that I was like trying to do. Like, I want to write a Richmond song. It was just like the production kind of spoke to me to be like, all right, this sounds like that. You know what I'm saying? So the inspiration just came up for it. And I actually got a shout out to my guy, Roscoe Burnhams, as well. One of the best poets in the city. Comes from verses, you know what I mean? Just like me. Shout out, rest in peace to Lorna as well. Legendary spot where a lot of artists who are thriving right now came out of. And we honed our skills on that stage, you know. So it was definitely amazing to have that platform and to be able to do all that type of stuff, you know, back then.
Yes. Wow. So Garnett, you received, you know, a great deal of accolades. You've traveled all over. What do you look forward to though? What is your ultimate goal?
I mean, to ultimately, because everybody know, you know, independent wise, still working a job and stuff is to live off this thing, to be able to do shows and stuff like that and travel off of it. You know, ain't nobody got thoughts of grandeur on some stuff like that. Like, man, I'm gonna be a millionaire. You got to speak that into existence.
Hey, you speak it.
You know, but it's not gonna be just from music for me. You know what I mean? I got a whole lot of other ideas and side business stuff that I'm working on as well. Stocks, you know what I mean? Invested in the companies and all that type of stuff too. So yeah. So much stuff to do there. Yeah. I believe in a whole different type of thing, man, that people don't be on necessarily a whole lot. So, you know, is we definitely got to educate ourselves, a lot of people, Black people, financially with the with this type of stuff that's going on in the world, because the money system too is always changing. And they're not telling you. And there's a lot of people who you know, the 1%, 10% who know a lot of stuff that we don't know. Money trading and all of
that. They rule 99% of the wealth. Absolutely.
So if people don't educate themselves in a different kind of market and invest in, like, sometimes with money, like, you got to give something and just let it sit, you know, to let it build, you know what I mean? So, you know, I'm just trying to move into real estate and all that stuff. That'll be the next move and stuff for me, for sure. That's,
you know, something is so funny, and I'm gonna say it. You know, you moving the way you're moving, you're already there. Cause see, I think what happens is a lot of the babies out here coming up in this industry, they only see the glitz and the glam. They don't realize that the only reason a lot of mainstream artists are thriving right now is because of their outside investments.
Right.
And people don't understand that. So kudos to you for understanding the business. And that's why artist business development is so important. And shout out to my CEO of Skyfall Records, because that's one of the major things that we preach and that we provide as an artist, the business development program. People are so focused on this sound and this branding, but nobody is teaching these babies the business. So Garnett, shout out to you for that. For real, for real. Definitely.
I appreciate that. Yeah. I appreciate that for real. Because I mean, I've been in it for a while. You know, over 10 years, definitely pursuing music, and lots of pitfalls, and lots of getting taken, you know what I mean, for granted, and everything that you do. I've also been in good situations as well. We're working with legends in the city, and getting a lot of game from people. Been even with I don't know if you remember Donland Entertainment.
Yeah.
Yeah, back on what was it, West Gray Street? I think so. It was like right across from the Domino's and stuff, right down the street from.
I know. Okay.
Strange Matter, right down the street from Strange Matter, and yeah, that's where I started doing some of my first solo music and stuff, you know. Okay. So it's been years and years of grinding with that.
I thought you were gonna have an instrument or something with you, but.
What? Oh, nah, not today. I ain't, you know, I wasn't even thinking about that. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Guys, if you just check it in, I rock it out with Garnett Boldin. Super dope dude. Like I told y'all, he a whole snack out here in these streets.
Wow. Hey.
Man, all right.
Hey.
It's time to have fun. Sneakers or Timberlands?
Ooh. See, that depends on what you're wearing. You know what I mean? And, you know, I've been trying to be fashionable.
Well, I know you know what? Let me just wrong question for you, because I know you all about the fashion. Wrong question. Wrong question.
Hype, you know.
Wrong question. All right, let me see. I don't even know. Okay. If you were reincarnated into a car, what car would you be?
Oh, my favorite right now. I mean, people gonna say something about it, but a Challenger, yeah.
Okay, you got Fast and the Furious. That's all right with me.
And I'm talking about some Hellcat or something like that. You know what I mean? The high-end ones. Yeah.
With a supercharger and a turbo.
Yeah.
Baby, I know all about
it. Yeah.
That's what's up. Garnett, tell everybody where they can find you on social media, and also where they can find your music.
You can find me at Garnett Boldin, everywhere on all digital platforms to find my music. That's GarnettBoldin. Make sure you go stream the album. Just released the single. The first album that I released is Know Your Soul. You can go check that on all platforms, which is a classic actually that was released in 2016 that happened independently for me in the city. It did really well for me. Very, very well, and was able to keep things going. We've been able to sustain for a long time. You know what I mean? When you think about what you would call my career and doing independent music, I've always had a buzz or interviews or a show going on. You know what I mean? So I've never been not working. If you really go and look back at the record of stuff, but you know, but I'm not the rapping guy. I'm not the stuff that's trending right now. So a lot of people recognize the hustle I got, the grind I got. I mean, you can't do nothing but respect it. But
that's it.
It is, you know, it is what it is though. But the opportunities from the grind speak for itself. And that ain't nothing but God and you know, put me in these positions and stuff like that. And hey, my dude's stupid. He don't lie. So about some shout out to being a snack and laughing.
Don't be hating because
shout out to my team as well, because I didn't get to shout them out. My manager, Kevin Green.
Shout out to Kev.
Kevin Green, man, y'all know one of the best dudes in the world. Shout out to my brother on live right now, Dolomite Man, Gavin Brown on Facebook, y'all. Producer, shoot videos, photographer, do weddings, DJ, you name it. We got everything all in the house with what we do. You know what I mean?
Shout out to VA right now. Shout out to
Dolomite legend anyway, man. MC as well too, man. Shout out to Tim White for sure, one of my brothers who produced like Friend Zone When You're in Love off the album and stuff like that. That's like that dope sound that y'all hear. One of my producers that's in North Carolina. And shout out to Shay. She right here with me, female Barbara. She's a manager at Platinum Salon.
Hey, what up, Shay?
Yeah, y'all already know. She slay fades. And that's a tongue twister. But she slay fades. And make sure y'all go get that product. Shout out to Kayla Joy, who is on the team as well. We just signed as well with, yeah, we just signed as well with Pilgrim Records. So that just happened actually last night. So we're looking to see what's going on with it and see what they can provide for us. They definitely interested in what we're doing, and it's been crazy. You know, we got more stuff coming, and I can't wait. You know. Super excited, and it's been a long journey. Drink to that.
It's been a long. Oh, and you know, I forgot I had something right here, and it's full.
Hey, toast to the camera. You got to toast to the camera. All right? Yeah.
You know, you had to put your Garnett, for real. It's been so real. It's been so fun. But see, I can say this to you because you're gonna know what I'm talking about. I got me some chicken wings from Jackie's.
Right.
I'm about to crush them joints.
Hey, man, I wish I had some right.
You know, I could never say that.
No, right. You wish you had satellites right there, though.
Yo, let me tell you.
Satellite.
No, hold up, y'all. We gotta get back. If y'all not from Richmond, if y'all don't live in Richmond, if y'all ain't never been to Richmond, y'all don't understand. But yo, we would go to the parking lot of the Satellite just to hear the people go off about the chicken. Like, people would come to the Satellite just to get the chicken.
Correct. They don't want to party. They just want the food.
They just want the chicken.
You know what I mean? Give me my chicken, like, for real. Shout out to Chicken Box too and Chicken Chunks and Fries. Lord Jesus. Hey, that's Richmond stuff too. You know, I'm always gonna rep them.
I know that's right, baby, honey. Let me tell you something. But these chicken wings for Jackie's, and they look like turkeys. I ain't lying. They so
big jump. Yeah. You gonna have some leftovers for tomorrow.
Garnett, it's been so real. It's been so real. You know, coronavirus, all of this stuff going on. But we definitely will tap and check in soon. Keep doing what you're doing. You've been doing it for a minute, for real. Because I think when I met you, it's about 5 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago. And you have really been rocking it since then. So I'm super duper proud of you, babes. Keep rocking it out. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep looking good while you're doing it.
Yeah, I appreciate you. Absolutely. You know,
absolutely.
You already know we're gonna be getting back together and doing some more stuff in the future. You know what I mean?
Definitely. I tell everybody, for real, give me some wings. I'm out here. Do you understand what I'm saying? I'm out here. So I don't even worry. But for real, shout out to you and everything you're doing. We salute you, King, and we support you.
I appreciate that from the bottom.
All right, baby. Good night.
All right, good night.
Yo, that was so fun. See, the thing is, that was super fun. Garnett is right here in Richmond, y'all. And I'm telling you, if y'all don't know anything, if y'all, oh my God, that Satellite chicken, yeah, it gets real. But for real. Guys, thank you so much for rocking out tonight. We will be back tomorrow. Not the same time, you know, on Tuesdays and Thursdays. We're on at 7. Now, in 2021, on Tuesdays and Thursdays, we'll be on at 7. On Wednesdays and Fridays, we'll be on at 6. So you get 4 days. And then you'll also be able to hear the All Things Authentic podcast on ID 104, home of the independently dope radio station. And so, guys, stay prayed up. Love yourself. But even more important than loving yourself, trust yourself. Because the only way you're going to truly be able to love yourself is if you trust yourself. Have a great evening, ladies and gentlemen.